Virgo, for the month of March, I thought it would be fun to use the borderless Morgan Greer deck. I will be drawing 3 cards for the head, 3 cards for the heart, and 3 cards for the mundane. The shadow card will reveal the most important aspect, being either the practical matters, the head, or the heart-related matters. So let's see what energy is there for you, Virgos, for March. I'm going to start with the heart. 1, because it rhymes. Just kidding. And I really feel like this is, you know, the core energy, being that Venus is retrograde and Venus is love. Venus is self-worth, self-esteem, beauty, all of that. Very much tied to how we feel about ourselves and how we feel about others in relationships. So it's good to start there. All right, so this is the heart, the head, and then the practical matters here. Lots of yellow and orange that I'm noticing. The shadow card. I see the 4 of Wands. I see Wands, Wands. I want to say that the 4 of Wands is more emphasizing the day-to-day practical matters, but I am getting this sense that because of the colors that I'm seeing it with yellow and the yellow back here, and just the meaning of the card, meaning happiness, stability, joy, celebration, that sort of thing. Very Venusian, very feeling oriented. So I'm going to say that the heart is feeling oriented things, and really, you know, being in that realm is going to be most prevalent, most prominent for you this month. All right, so you've been through it, Virgo. You have been through it and then some. Your heart is like, you know, again, this is like you're defending your feelings, you're defending yourself. This is like the public defender. And you have this wall up because you have been hurt, right? The justice is about, it's time to let go. It's time to bring things back into balance. If you've shut people out and not been emotionally available for self-preservation, for self-protection, this is the month where you will be like, it's that final step. It's that final cycle, the end part of that cycle that you just need to fully be let go of before you can sort of be reborn. And I'm seeing that with the other cards now. So the 5 of Cups is about grief. And I do see you've been through it. You've been through a lot. You know, whether this has to do with a lover, a partner, a relationship, a friendship, a family member. It's people in your life that you care about that affect your heart area. Okay? And the Justice card is a very serious energy. It's something that's coming back into balance, but it's also about like karma, and what goes around comes around. And knowing that you don't have to be the person who keeps the score. You're not the scorekeeper. The universe is, right? And the universe is loving, wise, kind, and really is in control. It's too much responsibility to sort of keep other people in check, or, you know, it's too much responsibility to constantly be monitoring what is fair. Like, your focus is on you. Okay, so that was just a little side note, but I am seeing the grief here. Like I said, I do feel like you're at the end of this, Something that I've now noticed, just now looking at this card, obviously it's the Five of Cups, and this card represents grief, and there are like the 5 stages of grief, right? So we have, what is the, okay, you might have to look it up because I'm sorry, I can't think of it at this time, but I think, you know, one of them is like, you know, acceptance. The last one is acceptance. There's denial, anger, bargaining, and I can't remember the 5th one. But you're in that stage of finally like coming to terms with accepting. You're in the acceptance stage of this. And again, it's like this, that final stage of letting go, because you have the 2 cups here behind you, which is like, this is waiting for you once you're done completing that process. And everyone grieves in their own time. Again, you have that temporal justice card. It's about timing. And no one can dictate to you how long you need to pull away, to pull back, to close off. This isn't a permanent state. You're trying to find your balance, your equilibrium by doing this. And I see the 9 here and the 11 here as these Roman numerals are flipped. There is like some sort of mirroring that's happening here just in the numerology that I'm seeing with this. And also the 5, which is, you know, an even split. Okay, so again, coming to balance, equilibrium. Okay, I spent enough time on this. So let's move on to the mental state. I feel like a lot of you are still like conflicted, and you have a lot of 5s, just now noticed. 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. Okay. I just get this sense of like coming to terms, dealing with. So right now your mind is a little bit all over the place. It's a little bit scattered, and that's okay. I know that you like to have everything sort of lined up in your mind. You're a very organized energy, Virgo. Very structured on how you approach things. It's like you have to have like sort of a strategy, right? Normally. It's okay right now that things are a little bit messy in your mind. Trying to organize your thoughts, they don't have to always be perfect. There's a little bit of competing thoughts over some sort of, again, this loss. I do feel like it has to do with like the heart related issue. I do feel like you're at the final stage of sort of letting go. This is like a soulmate type energy. And there's a feeling of like shutting this out of your mind. Being able to shut it out of your mind once you sort of get everything worked through in your mind. Once you've processed this fully, it kind of feels like the emotional state is lining up with the mental state here. So then you've got the Empress. So I've kind of talked about all of the difficult energies, and I see now we're able to sort of move on to the more pleasant, calm, easy sort of energies. The Empress is like an ease of energy, blissful state of mind. It's also about being aware of your self-worth. She is Venus. She is Venusian, okay? Which is about love. Loving yourself starts in the mind. What kind of things are you saying about your worth, your self-worth? Other people cannot dictate to you your value. No matter what they've done, no matter how they've treated you, no matter what they've said, only you are able to either own that or reject it. Yeah. So the Empress is about, you know, thinking supportive, nurturing, caring, beautiful thoughts about yourself. Affirmations. I am talented. I am worthy. I am beautiful. I am attractive. I am skilled. I am caring. I am whatever you need to do here. It's all about the mindset and being gentle with yourself, not having any attachments to guilt or I messed up in this relationship, or they messed up, any sense of blame, shame, guilt. You're moving beyond that. And this is the acceptance card. Acceptance of yourself, acceptance of the situation, and letting them go. This is their path. Okay. So that was a little intense. This feels intense. Okay, that's okay. So we're going to move on to the, you know, the practical matters, the day-to-day stuff. Virgo, I really like this energy. You know, you rule the natural 6th house of, you know, work. And I see that there's like generosity, service here, public service, service in your work. You may be picking up a couple of extra, like an extra day of work, maybe working on a Saturday. That's the energy that I'm seeing here. It's like you're putting in overtime at work. I also see this like generosity, like you're helping out other people, either through the work you do, in your work environment. But this is definitely, you know, to me, this is the card of like separating the needy from the greedy, and you're spending your time wisely. You're working smarter, not harder, right? Okay. And I really see you being focused and disciplined, as well as generous with other people. Okay. All right. So the Temperance card is about healing. So even though you yourself have gone through this like healing stages, right? And you're now coming to sort of acceptance of yourself, healing yourself, finding that balance, that moderation. I feel like you're also healing other people through your work. All right. I do see the 4 of Wands as a place, but I also see it as like a general like sense of well-being, happiness, security, finding that in life and coming into that. Once you're fully ready to let go, it's like the doors open up of opportunity here. So that's basically what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing like artful skill here. Temperance is art. This has to do with like skill and discipline and rewarded efforts here. So I'm seeing that for you as feeling very rewarding. Okay. So a little bit of difficulties within relationships, but you personally, I see you in a good place of like acceptance, loving yourself and loving others despite any of these issues. All right, Virgo. So thank you for watching and for subscribing to my channel. If you have any additional insights or comments, anything that you want to add to the cards that I have pulled, the things that I've said, leave them in the comment section below. I welcome your input. Again, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel.